SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we just got rumor and speculative commentary from the T-Mobile report about, T-Mobile potentially bringing new plans to the market and retiring all of the Magenta plans, right? And by retiring, I just mean they're not going to sell them anymore. So if you have them, you get to keep them. They'd be grandfathered and honored moving forward, but they wouldn't be selling them anymore. We'd have these new Go 5G plans, all right? So I'll link that article in this description for you here, just in case you need it as a reference. But I want to talk about current pricing at T-Mobile, how it's kind of structured, and what these new Go 5G plans might look like and how they might be priced. Okay, so we're going to do that here in this video. Again, article in the description. The link for the article will be in the description for that T-Mobile report story. Also in the description is the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to support your creators directly. That's one way you could do it. You can also check out our partner mmWave. They just increased data on all their plans and didn't raise pricing. Such a great value, legendary customer care. Use our partner link. It's in the description, and you'll be saving money, and you'll be helping out the channel. Okay, so here's the picture on the screen for the way that the T-Mobile lines currently are sold at T-Mobile. All right, you have the premium plan, which is the Magenta MAX. All right, it's $85 a month. That's with auto pay. All right, tax and fees are included as it's currently constructed. And when you have two lines, you'll get a third line free. Okay, so what does that look like on Magenta MAX? Two lines cost $140, and you'll get the third line free. So three lines for $140. They're including taxes and fees. Okay, now there's other things you might want to know about it. You get 40 gigs of mobile hotspot. Netflix on us is included. Tax and fees included. Unlimited premium data. All those things. Yada, yada, whatever. Now, if you wanted to save a little bit of money and you didn't need all the extra access, you could opt for the Magenta, regular Magenta. Tax and fees included. Two lines with auto pay, $120 a month. You get the third line free, right? And if you wanted to save more money, but you didn't need all of the extras, the bells and the whistles, and all that stuff. Two lines with auto pay, $90. You get the third line free, but you have to pay tax and fees, which puts you really close to $120, right? Now it's probably 105, 110. I don't know, depending on your taxes, right? But the Essentials is specifically designed to get people on Magenta, right? And then Magenta is constructed to make you want to get Magenta MAX because it's only $20 more on three lines, and you get all that, better value with all those different perks and stuff. Anyways, that's the current construct of the plans. So what would these new Go 5G plans look like? How much would they sell for? Well, in my estimation, I think the reason that T-Mobile would make a new plan or new plans would be to make more money. This would mean that you'd have to have something similar to the way that these plans are. Similar in terms of the separation of the prices. An entry-level plan for the budget-minded customer who wants to switch to T-Mobile and get the cheapest plan. You wouldn't have to change much, right? They would probably just increase the price. They'd probably structure everything the same. So you're already paying taxes and fees with the current Essentials. The new version of the Essentials would probably just be $99. Right, you'd be raising your ARPA, average revenue per account, by $9 just by getting rid of the old construct and just raising pricing. And that price being at $99 would literally still probably be industry standard for the best cost entry-level plan, right? For three lines. Okay. Now, I don't know what Verizon and AT&T would do in response to that. I don't think they would move or budge. Right, things are kind of tough right now. Everybody's looking at profits and margins. But that's what T-Mobile could do, right? Just raise pricing. Anybody who's currently has Essentials would get to keep their price, but the new version of the Essentials would just be more expensive. All right, now with the plan that would technically probably replace the Magenta, it too would see a price increase, maybe a $10 price increase. But the way I think they could truly generate more revenue would be to just eliminate tax and fees being included. And eliminate the third free line, right? And then you could change the pricing so that it's structured to make them more money. Now, if they kept the buy 2 lines, get a third line free, then you would just basically price it like this, but just, let's say, call it $130 for those 3 lines, right? So instead of it pricing at $60 a line with the third line free, $65 a line with the third line free. And that wouldn't change the outcome too much. They'd still include tax and fees, right? They would just increase the rate a little bit or leave the rate the same, right? Give people something extra compared to the old Magenta. Give them something. Give them one perk, benefit, or add-on of some sort. Charge $130 and do not include tax and fees. Customers have to pay that. That would probably change their bill an extra $20 on top of the $10 price increase. That's $30 at least, maybe more, $35, $40 added to that account. That brings the pricing up to about $160 probably. Okay, T-Mobile would love that, right? Investors would be thrilled. Where does that price them? Probably $20 cheaper than AT&T. Right now they're about $40 or $50 cheaper than AT&T within that Magenta price range. Right, so I think that would be an option. Now, what do they do with Magenta MAX? All right, now this is where I think things can actually work out really nicely for T-Mobile. I think what they do is they create an ultra premium plan that has choices of entertainment package, right? So I'm talking about like Netflix on Us. I'm talking about things like Paramount Plus or whatever, all these different streaming services that, T-Mobile has partnerships with. I think the Google One storage. I think maybe a discount on YouTube TV. I think also possibly maybe a YouTube Premium subscription for the account level, right? But of course, you're going to have to raise the pricing, and you're not going to be including taxes and fees, right? So the pricing for those 3 lines is probably pushing closer to $200. But that's the only way you can pull off the raising of the pricing is by having this much greater added value. So instead of it being $140, you're probably coming up closer to about $180, $190. That's probably the sweet spot, right? And then of course the customer's paying the taxes and fees. I think that's the way that you can legitimately create revenue, because I think that's the goal. That's the MO of the new T-Mobile company. They've had their growth phase. They want to continue to grow. They'll still, with the structure of the plans, want to be cheaper than AT&T and Verizon so they can continue to be the price leader. Folks, if T-Mobile doesn't remain the price leader, customers won't choose them, right? If anybody's going to be perfectly honest with you, if they could drink truth serum, if AT&T and Verizon are cheaper, they're probably going to take them most of the time. A majority, more than 50% of people would likely switch away from T-Mobile and go back to AT&T or Verizon if the pricing was about par. T-Mobile has to continue to be the price leader. They have to continue to be the value leader. That's what they've been. That's how they found their success. They can't really rock the boat too much. They can probably get away with a little bit of a price increase on these new plans, but they can't do it too much. They can't price like AT&T and Verizon. They just can't command it. The brand is known as being the value leader, right? That's just kind of the way that things have been for the last decade plus. What do you guys think is the way that T-Mobile should approach this? I mean, to me, it's a foregone conclusion they raise pricing. How do they do it? Do they just rebrand and then change pricing? Just slight increases? Or do you think they're going to bring something additional to the table, bring some value to the table, and that will justify being able to raise the price 5, 10, maybe 15% on some accounts? What say you? What do you guys think? Comment down below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.